y'all. Hope you guys have been doing great these past few weeks. It's been a while since we got to hang out with each other. Life has been lifing. Let's just say that. It's been lifing. And I have been so busy trying to get everything planned out, trying to work, trying to film, you name it, it's been happening. But it's good. Everything's good. It's just been super busy. But I wanted to come on here and I also wanted to film a video that's a little different than what we usually film whenever we go live or we do a vlog or something like that here at the channel. Where we're usually already in the parks or I'm just arriving at the parks. I'm usually complaining about how hot it is because let's be honest, it's hot in Florida. Or or it's the traffic or something along those lines along the way, because again, people are crazy when they drive in Florida. I'm just gonna tell you. I wanted to do something a little different this time than what we would usually do, and really do a video that's just a little bit more personal, a little bit more behind the scenes, maybe a little raw. Maybe that's the right word. I'm not really for sure. But anyways, I wanted to do a different type of video. So yeah, we are in the middle of Summerween. I did not personally know that this was a thing, but apparently it's a thing, and I'm just fine with it. As you know, I love all things Halloween. If you can't tell if it's going to show it or not. Boom. By the shirt, it says October Forever. I've got my face tracker on, so like anytime that I move around or anything like that, the camera kind of like zooms in with me or anything along those lines. It's a really cool thing. I really love it, but it makes it a little hard to see everything. But October Forever, and then on the back of the shirt, it's got a witch, and I think she's with a pumpkin maybe. Anyways, it's from Universal Studios. It's part of the Halloween merch from last year. They have some new shirts this year, which I'm going to go and film tomorrow. I think it's tomorrow when I'm planning on going to film that. It's either tomorrow or the next day, so that you guys can see all the new merch that they've got coming up, because they just announced the frequent fear passes and all that good stuff. They just dropped that for this year's Halloween Horror Nights. Eric and I got ours this year, so we're good to go. I'm super excited about it. They also just released the latest house just the other day as well. It was the same day that the passes went on sale for Frequent Fear. So the last house that they've announced so far is Terrifier, which I'm going to tell you right now, I'm terrified. I'm scared to death. I don't mind clowns at all, but there's just something about slasher movies that just get to me like no other, because let's face it, people are crazy right now. And just in general, I know I keep saying that, but there's a lot that's going on right now, and you know, it is what it is. But people are crazy, and I just know that there is someone sitting in their parents' basement that is over 40 years old, that has nothing else better to do with their time but take notes from these movies and show how to reenact them and get away before the cops find them. I'm just saying. It's out there. It's gonna happen. I know it. Anyways, I'm petrified of this house that's coming up. I'm just gonna throw it out there, petrified. But the rest of it, I'm so excited about. So far we have the house from last year that they're doing a new version of. They're bringing two of the characters from one of the houses last year. It was a the slasher movie house, which was actually really cool. It was like murder cinema, and it was all these different slasher movies that they created and they brought together into a house. It was really neat, but they're doing that one. They're also doing a Monstrous 3. They're doing Terrifier. They're also doing, we don't exactly know exactly what it's going to be yet. It's either going to be a house or it's going to be a scare zone. I'm personally thinking that it's going to be a house, but it's not been confirmed yet. But they're doing Five Nights at Freddy's, and then they're doing a Fallout house, and then Jason, Friday the 13th. Again, slasher movies. Just saying. Anyways, I'm a little nervous, but I'm excited. I'm so excited. I love Halloween Horror Nights so much, so it's gonna be so much fun. But yeah, I wanted to do a little bit of a behind the scenes video, show you guys around some things. You guys are gonna watch me clean my studio where I go and edit all the videos, all the photos that are posted on Instagram, which, by the way, if you're not following me on my new Instagram page, it's dedicated solely for the vlog, pictures from Universal and Disney, and just, you know, days in the life, Disney Springs, whatever. It's solely focused on that content there, but it's at Magically Miles on Instagram, so make sure to go and follow me over there. I post at least 3 to 4 times a week on that page, and then I'm trying to get a schedule worked out so that I dedicate an afternoon after I get out of work or a day on the weekend to where I can just go film. And then a day so that I can edit that content and then set up the days when I'm going to schedule that content to go out, things along those lines. It's all in the works. It's taking me a lot longer than what I would originally like for it to do, but you know, being an adult is hard, not always fun. You gotta work to pay the bills so I can post the content. It is what it is. So yeah, it's good. Not complaining at all, but it's taking me a little bit longer than what I would have loved to be able to share days in my life with you guys. So, but it's fine. But yeah, so don't judge me on my studio. I'm going to be completely honest with you. My and Eric's life has went from being so slow up until we moved to Florida to literally being nonstop, 90 miles per hour every waking second of the day until we go to bed. And I am running behind. I don't want to say neglecting, because I'm definitely not neglecting, but I'm running behind on my cleaning schedule as well. It's a lot. Let me tell y'all, starting a vlog is so much more than just going and filming content and posting it and then waiting for the likes to come in. It's so much more that people don't understand. Even I didn't understand it. And I've been in content creation now for over 6 years. And I'm used to just being able to go live on my Twitch channel and, you know, be able to film or, you know, like record myself playing a video game and then posting it and people coming in and hanging out with me and all that. It's a lot more than that. It's so much more than that, but it's been such a great experience. But yeah, I don't want you guys, listen, we look and we don't judge. Okay, I'm going to say it again. We look, but we don't judge. I make it sound like I live in a junkyard or something. I really don't. I'm just busy. That's just all there is to it. So I haven't cleaned my floors in a hot minute in that room. So I'm vacuuming that room. I'm power washing. I'm shampooing the carpet in the room, which, by the way, daylight and dark compared to what it was. You don't understand how dirty your carpets get until you buy a carpet shampooer. Wow. The stuff that comes out of your carpet, and it doesn't matter if your house is clean and pristine 24/7, and if it's like mine and it's cleaned at least once a week. Ish. It's the stuff that comes out of your carpet. That's what they should make a haunted house about. Is that I can't. It's so gross. It's so gross. But you guys are going to see that. I'm also going to show you some of my treasures that I've got over the years from Disney, and even before I moved to Florida, where I would go to some of the shops in Tennessee and I would find some Disney merch, and I found this really cool Maleficent statue. You're going to see that. You're going to see some stuff that you can't buy anymore that I was lucky enough to find at the Disney pass holder garage sale that they had a couple of years ago. So you're going to see that. You might even see me sit down to start editing some content. I'm trying not to give too much away with that content, but you're going to see a lot. There's a lot. But again, we look and we don't judge. You hear me? Okay. Anyways, so with all that being said, we have some friends that are here for the very first time to go to Universal. They're super excited to go. I can't wait to be a part of that. We're actually going to go meet them later tonight to take them to Disney Springs for the first time. We're going to walk around the shops. I've got to find a Donald Duck, either plushie or something along those lines, to where, by the way, that was Eric, to where a friend of mine from work can give it to her niece. I'm looking for something real quick. And then we're going to eat some dinner and everything's going to be fine. So, where is my little spatula that I use? Well, this is awkward. I have this tray that I keep all of my lotions and things along those lines in. Oh, found it. And this lotion that I have in particular, it came with this little spatula or whatnot. Oh, hello. Okay, there we go. It came with this little spatula that you can use to like scoop out the stuff so you don't have to put your hand in it. So I try and use that as much as I can. But we're going to Springs tonight, like I was saying, and I'm trying to film and talk about the video, but I'm also trying to get ready at the same time. So if you know me, you know that once I focus in on something, it's really hard for me to not focus in on it. So trying to get ready while trying to film this video, while trying to talk to y'all, is a lot for me, but it's fine. Everything's fine. It's fine. But we're going to meet them for the very first time tonight. At Universal. We're going to pick them up at their house, or at their house. I can't even talk today. At their hotel, and then we are going to drive them over to Springs. We're going to go walk around. We're going to eat some dinner. We're going to look for that little plushie. Hopefully I can find something over there, which I'm sure I can. Donald's one of the Fab Fives, and he ends up, he's actually one of my favorite Disney characters too. So I'm sure I won't have any problem finding something. It's just finding the right thing. So yeah, so we're doing that, and then tomorrow I'm supposed to go and meet a really, really good friend of mine that I used to work with when Eric and I first got together and I was living in Branson. He is performing on cruise ships now. So he's in town, and well, he's been here for the past couple of months because he's been preparing for the show on the cruise line that he's getting ready to leave out on. And some co-workers of his are going to Busch Gardens tomorrow, and he asked me if I'd want to go with him. So probably going to do that. And then Monday, I don't really know what I'm doing just yet. I haven't decided on if I just want it to be a chill day around the house to where I can work on some stuff that I need to work on, or if I'm going to try and go to Universal again. I'm really up in the air about what I want to do, just about that yet, because there's so many ideas that I have floating around regarding Universal, but we'll see. But yeah, today we're going to Springs, and we're going to hang out with our friends and take them to Springs for the very first time. So, trying to get ready and be productive at the same time. Woo! Big thing for me. But yeah, so I wanted to share a little bit about my story with you guys on what led me to move to Florida. Sorry, this chair that I'm in, it keeps y'all are going to get motion sickness by watching this video. It keeps scooting back or whatnot, so I'm feeling like I'm a million miles away from y'all. But I wanted to share a little bit of my story with you guys, so you guys know the person behind the camera and everything like that. So I'm originally from Tennessee. I grew up in a town about an hour outside of Nashville, and to say the least, I don't want to put my hometown down. I really don't. For some people, it's the greatest place ever. for me, I couldn't get out of there fast enough. For obvious reasons. So, so whenever I graduated high school, I hit the ground running. I received a dance scholarship to go to school in North Carolina. It was to a private school, and the school was very expensive. If you've not started planning for college yet, plan for college. Start it right now. If you're a parent that's planning for college, bless you. If you're trying to put yourself through school, bless your heart. Ooh, but it was so expensive, and my scholarship was considered a full ride scholarship as far as the dancer scholarships were concerned, which was little to nothing at the time. So I didn't get to finish school, unfortunately. I wanted to. I had every intention to, but being a kid from Tennessee, this little bitty small town, first kid to go to college in my family or whatnot, first person to go to college, period, in my family, besides my older brother. It just wasn't in the cards. It wasn't. So I ended up moving back to Tennessee. I started dancing professionally about, I want to say, about 6 years after that, after I moved back home. And then I danced professionally for about 14 years, somewhere in there. And had an amazing career. I danced for a theater in Pigeon Forge, Tennessee. I got to dance in Branson, Missouri, on a huge boat out on the lake, oh my gosh, I forgot the name of the lake. Anyways, it was a beautiful boat. It was like a little dinner cruise on the lake or whatnot. It was so much fun to do that. That was probably my favorite contract I've ever got to do, because the job was so easy. It really was. The only thing I didn't like about it was the fact that you were literally right on top of everybody that you worked with at all times, because it was so small. It was such a small area. But the show itself was fun. The cast was fun. I got to work with one of my favorite people ever, some of my favorite people ever, actually, and got to learn a lot. Got to learn a whole lot. A lot of good, some bad. But it was an overall great experience working for the Showboat. And then I moved back to Tennessee, and started dancing at a theater. Again, I don't want to say what theater it was, but if you know, you know. If you don't know, then you can find it. It's very easy to find it. But I did work at a theater again for 4 years, and that was, let's just say, not to get negative, but let's just say that wasn't the best of experiences. So, due to a lot of factors, a lot of factors. And I went into a very bad depression, and I woke up one day, because the thing about with the places that I've worked at, we were all contracted employees. So we would negotiate our contracts every year before the end of the year. So we would go and sit down with management. They would offer us, a contract for the gig or whatnot, and then we would go and take it home and look at it, and then we would negotiate like what we wanted our rates to be and what we wanted our duties to be and everything along those lines. And then if it was agreed upon, everything was copacetic. If it wasn't agreed upon, then you would go and find other work or whatnot. So luckily for me, I was, pretty well liked at the places that, all the places that I've worked at. I'm not trying to toot my own horn, but I'm a really hard worker. And once I set my mind to doing something, I'm not going to stop until it's either finished or it's completed or whatnot. It's going to be, I'm just one of those people. I can't help it. So management, wanted to keep me or whatnot. But like I said, it was not a good experience at all. So one day I woke up And I decided that I was done. That I was done. Because Eric told me this a long time ago, and I had heard this quote before, but I had never really thought about it or whatnot. But it was the definition of insanity is doing the same thing over and over and over again and expecting different results. And when he said that to me, it really like just struck a chord with me. And I woke up one day and I was like, why am I going to go and sign another contract working at a place where I'm really unhappy when I could go and be happy somewhere? Because at that point in time, I had done everything that I wanted to do. Dance-wise, I had won national championship titles in all three sanctions of the dance world that I danced in, the style that I danced in. I had went as far as you could go. I've got to dance on the Grand Ole Opry in Nashville. I've got to compete in the Junior Olympics, which are sports that are being considered to be added to the Olympics around the world or whatnot. I've got to dance for celebrities. I've literally got to do my live stream, which was to be a professional dancer, and I'm really thankful for that. But I did what I came to do, and it was time to go. There was just no other way of putting it. It was time to go. So, so I woke up one day and I was like, I'm done. I'm done. There were some things that had happened that I wasn't okay with, and I just wanted to be done. So, yeah. So I woke up, I went to work that day. It just happened to be close to the time, I'm trying to make sure my hair is dry. It just happened to be close to the time that contracts would be coming out or whatnot. And so management came to me and they asked me if I was coming back, and I'll never forget it. But they asked me and I said no. And they were like, wait, are you serious? And I'm like, yeah, no, I'm good. And they were like, there's nothing we can do to talk you out of it. And I said, no. And they were like, well, we're going to give you about a week to think about everything, and then we're going to come back and we're going to ask you again. And I said, you can ask me right now. The answer is no. So they gave me a week, which actually I take that back. I think they gave me 3 days. And they came back to me and they were like, have you changed your mind? And I said, no. And they said, well, we really hate to lose you. And they tried to negotiate some things with me, and no. So like I said, I've done everything that I wanted to do in my career. I was very lucky, very fortunate to be able to say that, because there's not a lot of people out there in the world that can say that they've got to do the things that I've got to do. And I'm very, very, very fortunate to be able to say that. I'm very thankful that I get to say that. And I've had a great career, but I'm tired. I'm older now. I know what I'm worth. And it was just time to go. That's just all there is to it. It was time to go. So when I made that decision, I talked to Eric, and Eric was actually living in Florida whenever we got together in Branson. He was up there visiting family or whatnot, and we happened to meet, and we've basically been together ever since. And it's been over 11 years now. So yeah. He was living in Florida, and he was driving back and forth to Branson whenever we first got together. And then when we moved to Tennessee, we lived together there. And then I knew that he always wanted to move back to Florida at that point in time. It's just is what it is. So I'd always wanted to live in Florida as well. It was always another dream of mine, was to live close to the beach or to live on the beach, because I love the ocean so much. And so I was like, why don't we just move? Why don't we just move to Florida? So that's what we did. We packed up our house. We had this little bitty house, but we had the best memories in that house. And I'll never forget it. We were leaving for the very last time at that house, and I saw Eric turn around and the lights went on or went out of the house, and I had to walk to the car because I was a mess. I'll tell you right now, I am not someone that does good with telling people goodbye at all. Do not do good with telling people goodbye. And so, like, I was a mess. I was crying, you know, the full 9 yards or whatnot. Because even though I was excited to move to Florida, and I still am so glad that I moved to Florida. It was sad. It was very sad. So I didn't know that he recorded himself turning the lights off in the house for the final time. And I saw the video later. Whew, I bawled because we had a good life in Tennessee, and we have a good life now. It's just different. But that's what led me to move to Florida. Now, what led me to moving moving to become a Disney content creator part-time is going to Disney for the very first time and falling absolutely in love with everything about Disney. They were so welcoming, they were so inclusive, and they still are. I shouldn't say were in the past tense. They are so welcoming and inclusive, and they want everyone to see how special they are and things along those lines. And you just, at the time especially, you don't really get to experience that a whole lot. So when I went there and saw Disney for the very first time, I bawled my eyes out for the 14 hours that it took for us to come back to Tennessee because I was so upset in Tennessee. I didn't want to be there anymore. So once I got to experience Disney, which was something I never thought I would get to experience growing up, I always would watch Disney movies, and you know, there used to be like a sing-along movie. I think you can still find it on YouTube, but it was a Disney sing-along, and it was the different rides at Magic Kingdom and all that. Watched it till the film wore out on the video because it was so so good for me. I loved it. But I know how expensive Disney is. So now that I live here and I can actually go to Disney, I wanted to share my experiences with everybody so that way, in some way, shape, or form, whether you get to go to Disney or not, or whether you're watching the videos on your way to Disney for the first time, or you're sitting on your couch watching Disney, you get to take part of the magic with me. And that's meant so much to me. So that's how I became a Disney content creator. But then I wanted to start going to Universal Studios because I'd never been there either, and I'd heard such great things about it. So went there, fell in love with it instantly. It's just a different vibe than what Disney is. Disney is wonderful. Disney is absolutely wonderful. It will always have a very special place in my heart. Disney is where I go when I want to catch feels. Universal is where I want to go when I want to have a wonderful time full of thrills, basically. And then get to feel some nostalgia too from our favorite movies growing up and things along those lines. It's just great. So I started filming at Universal as well. So yeah, that's my story of how I came to Florida. It's a very abridged version of the details of what happened that led me to Florida, and hopefully at some point I'll feel comfortable going more into detail about what happened, what the overall factors were that led me to moving to Florida at some point. But just right now, we're just doing the abridged version. Y'all don't need to hear all the good juicy stuff just yet. So but yeah, so we're gonna clean the house a little bit. We're going to clean the studio, and then in another video, because it took way longer than I expected to clean the one room, we're going to clean the rest of the house. So we're going to do that. Then we're going to go to Disney Springs tonight. Yes, tonight. And then our next video that I've got in the works right now as we speak is the Cine Sensational show from the Lagoon at Universal Studios. So I went there the other day with a friend of mine and filmed that night, and oh my gosh, I love that show so much. It's so good. If you combined Disney's Fantasmic with Cine Sensational, absolutely amazing show. There's Trotton. I don't know what he's up to, but he's up to something. but you'll see Trotton in the video while I'm cleaning the studio because he makes an appearance, which is very rare for him. He doesn't like to be on camera a lot. But our next thing that we're going to do is the Cine Sensational show. I'm also filming this, of course, after this, and then we are gonna do our next park venture. I just don't know which one yet. I'm still debating. I'm gonna also film Luminous from Epcot. We're gonna watch that as well. But yeah, and this is just too much. But I also wanted to tell y'all something that happened in the into the video of me cleaning the room. But I think I'm going to share that later on because it's way off in left field. But that's what we're doing. That's what we're doing right now. I'm sorry, my ADHD is kicking in so much because I've been talking for 30 minutes now and just realized that. But yeah, I'm going to show you guys some of my stuff that I've got, some of my lounge flies. I'm going to show you some of my treasures that I've collected over the years. We're going to clean this room, and then we're gonna go and do some other things as well. So hang in there with me. Let's clean this room up, and I will see y'all here in a bit. Oh my gosh, I have to show y'all what I found while I was cleaning. This is the thing that I love most about deep cleaning whenever I'm deep cleaning anything, but it's like finding all the treasures that you forget that you had. And so when Eric and I first moved down here, we got here just at the perfect time. We went to, we moved down here in May a couple of years ago. March. We moved down here in March a couple of years ago. And within like 2 weeks, it was Pride season here in Tampa. So we went to our first Pride ceremony here in Tampa, right, literally like 2 weeks after we moved down here. It was so much fun, and oh gosh, it was so nice outside. The weather was so good, and it was a beautiful day like it is today, but it was about 20 degrees cooler. It was so great. I wish that we could have Pride either at the very beginning of spring when it's just starting to get really warm and nice outside, or we could do it in October. That would be great. Oh my gosh, could you imagine Pride and Halloween same month? Oh, would love it. Anyways, so I was going through my shelves here because I'm going to be completely honest. This is a transparent moment. I've been so busy. I've neglected this room so much. I'm literally in here to work and then go to bed, and that's really about it. But I've neglected this room so much, and I'm just wanting to do like a very deep clean of everything around here and get it all presentable and stuff like that. But I was going through one of these shelves and I came across this bag that is by Drag Syndicate that was at Tampa Pride a couple of years ago. I think they were there this year at St. Pete Pride. But they made the fans, like, where them fans at? That, yeah. So I... Sorry, I'm all excited about this, but I was going through this stuff and I found the little bag that it came in, and I just happened to have the bag and it's still in really good condition, but wham, that's hot. It should say it's hot because it's so hot, and that's like one of my catchphrases is, oh my God, it's so hot. If you ever go to the parks with me or you're out in public with me in general during any time from March to November, that's usually the very first thing that comes out of my mouth is, oh my God, it's so hot. But I'm so excited about it, and it brings back such good memories. This was a really big time for me because Pride has always been a very big part of my year. A lot of people love it. A lot of people don't really care about. I'm all about it. And I was the Pride president at my hometown's Pride organization for a year. I was also the vice president the year before that, was the reporter the year before that. Great experience overall. It was a wonderful time. But yeah, Pride has always been a huge part of my year, every single year, because especially right now with the economy the way it is and with politics the way they are and everything like that, it's so important to, to be represented and to show that no matter what's thrown at the LGBTQ plus community, we're still here. All that good stuff. I don't want to make this post that type of thing, but Pride is like a huge part of me. So like that year that we went, it was my first one. I was so excited to go, and so nervous at the same time. It was my first really quote unquote big event, that we had went to since COVID, honestly, because we moved here not too long after the COVID protocols went, they went out the window and stuff like that. And it was so great. Whenever we walked in, there was a woman who came up to us, and I'll never forget it. Like, we had literally walked into the event, and there was this woman that was just like, I'm sorry, I don't mean to interrupt you, or I don't want to bother you or anything like that, but she was like, I can just tell just by looking at you that you have such a warm, caring spirit about people, and could I just give you a hug? Which, looking back at it now, would probably freak me out a little bit. Because, I'm a people person. I could talk to the wall. But at the same time, if I don't know you, I really don't want you touching me. But it was so sweet. And I was like, you know what? Yeah, I should come on in. And I gave her a really big hug. And there were so many people that welcomed us into the community as a whole. Here in Tampa, the LGBTQ plus community members, they were so great. And it was just a wonderful, wonderful, wonderful experience. I got this fan, I got a couple of shirts, I got a hat. It was a great time. But yeah, like, I absolutely love finding these treasures and like reliving the memories that come from them. So yeah. But yeah, we're doing a deep clean of this room, and apparently it's a lot more than what I was planning on, which is okay. It's okay. It just means that I need to stop being so nasty.
I was the girl all alone in the corner, drinking by yourself on a Saturday night. You were the guy with your friends at the doorway, pretending that you had the time of your life. Had we met before, instant chemistry? I was so glad you came. Had we met before, laughing instantly, but it didn't feel like thunder or lightning, but something struck me when I was looking into your eyes. Wasn't love at first sight, and fire burning bright, but now I know what it was. It was like coming home. We were making our way through the town, yeah, never really wanted the night to end. And I was wishing you'd stick around, still I was thinking that we were just friends. Had we met before, instant chemistry? I was so glad you came. Had we met before, laughing instantly, but it didn't feel like thunder or lightning, but something struck me when I was looking into your eyes. Wasn't love at first sight, and fire burning bright, but now I know what it was. It was like coming home. It felt like coming home. Had we met before, instant chemistry? It took me a while to realize that you were the missing piece. It didn't feel like thunder or lightning, but something struck me when I was looking into your eyes. Wasn't love at first sight, and fire burning bright, but now I know what it was. It was like coming home. Yeah, it felt like coming home. I was the girl all alone in the corner, drinking by herself on a Saturday night.
we're good. I am the proud owner of a clean studio. Oh my gosh, I can't believe I shared that with you guys. It was so much more than what I would usually share with you guys. But I had a really fun time filming that video. It was weird. It was very, very weird just having you guys watching me as I clean that room and shampoo the carpets and everything like that. I'm glad you guys got to see Trotten. The little punk scared me to death earlier. I started to talk about this in the intro to the video, or really to the, I guess like the first talking point of the video. But I was walking outside. I took a break to go and take him outside as well as my other two dogs. And I opened my door and I saw this rope that was sitting on the side of my sidewalk. And I was like, when did Eric put this rope here and why? And as I was thinking that, I think I might have actually said that out loud, but while I was thinking that, that rope started moving and I said, oh God. So before I even had a chance to react, Trotten went into lunge mode and thought, oh, I've got a new toy that Daddy's surprising me with. And he lunged for the snake. It ended up being a very large black snake, which if you grow up in Tennessee, like you learn from a very young age, if it's solid black, you're good. If it's black and yellow or black, yellow, and red, get out fast. But it was just a black snake. Which are actually good snakes, but I don't want the snake being a good snake around my dogs, because that's the last thing I want is for Trotten to go and make a new friend and then that friend bite him or whatnot, and then me panic and him panic and the full 9 yards. No. So he started to lunge for the snake. Here I am trying to grab him by the harness, pull him back, get him inside, had to take him to the back of the house. Oh, it was a lot. And so like ever since then, I've been petrified. So like whenever, the way that our house is set up, whenever you walk through the front door, we have like obviously the doorway to get through or whatnot, but there's a little ledge on the outside part of the house to where there's like a window that you can look out through. It's sort of like a makeshift skylight window. That's the only way I know to describe it. But I'm always petrified and I'm always like hunkering down and looking up as I'm walking underneath that, because I just know that snake has crawled up the wall and has made a perch up there and is just waiting for an unsuspecting Miles to walk through that doorway and wham, oh my God, I would die. Oh, I would rather see an alligator than something like that happen to me. I would rather like an alligator walk out in front of me as I'm walking down the sidewalk than for that to happen to me. I'm just saying. Speaking of which, we were talking about merch earlier, but this is the cup from Halloween Horror Nights last year. And this is by far one of my favorite cups ever. Ever. I love it. I love it. It's just the right size. It keeps my drinks cool. It keeps my warm drinks warm. And the design on it is really neat. And this is like after being washed several times, because usually sometimes like colors start to fade. The wrap, or lack of better words, the vinyl on it will start to peel off, things along those lines. This is great. So I can't wait to see what this year's stuff is going to look like once they continue doing releasing the merchandise and everything like that. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed getting to watch me clean that room. I'm saying it for probably the third or fourth time, I don't know, but I'm saying it again. We look and we don't judge, because life is busy and I get behind from time to time. It's fine. But I hope you guys enjoyed that video. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. If you guys have anything that you guys want to see, let me know. There is one thing that I got an idea from by watching Mammoth Club, which they are amazing Disney and Universal creators. They're a husband and wife team, and they have a best friend as well that takes part in it as well. If you haven't seen them, go check them out. Also, make sure to go and check out Angie Belmar, two of my all-time favorite content creators. If you're looking for shirts and hats and different clothing items to wear to the parks and stuff, go and make sure to check out the Lost Bros Clothing Company on Instagram. I think they might have a YouTube channel as well. Go check all three of those content creators out. But I got an idea from Mammoth Club, and I just wanted to give a shout out to the other two as well. But Mammoth Club was talking about their Insta fans and stuff like that, and their people gave them their ideas for what would be the ultimate day at the parks, and they decided that they were going to go and they were going to do that. Like, so their people decided what they were going to do for the day. So I want to do the same thing. I want my Twitch chat. So if you guys are following me on Twitch, I want you guys to come in to a stream, and I want you guys to tell me what you guys think would be an ultimate day, like, and give me some ideas. And we will start early that morning. We'll film the entire thing. We'll go and do all the things that you guys want to do for your ultimate day, and that way I can make your ultimate day happen from your couch. So yeah, let me know what you guys want to do. Go check out my Instagram. It's Magically Miles without the underscore, and then maybe it is with the underscore. Just look up Magically Miles on Instagram. I'll post the link in the description as well. And then go check out my Twitch channel. We play all different types of games. Right now we're working on Disney Dreamlight Valley, Storybook Vale. The second part of the expansion is coming out. We also play some different RPGs and things along those lines. And then let me know in the comments what would be your all's ultimate day at the parks, and let's make that dream a reality, and let's make it happen, okay? Anyways, we're gonna go get ready for Disney Springs. I hope you guys have a fantastic afternoon. Stay safe out there if the weather is a little crazy like it is here, and I will talk to you guys. This is not working for me. Okay. I will talk to you guys here very soon, okay? I love y'all. Have a great day. Bye, y'all.